So a little bit about your book. You can click on this link here. This is nothing more than a URL. It's not going to do a deep link to some of the other books you may have used in other courses. If you have not yet created an ID and password, go ahead and use Create Account. Otherwise, you can sign in. And I would encourage you to use your T-Wolves ID and password here. Okay, and then there we go. So here in Principles of Computer Security, you see these are all the modules we're going to cover. I did mark some as optional, meaning, you know, you're welcome to the material. I didn't hide the material, but we just probably won't get to it all. There's just so much to cover in this, this semester. So what you'll find is once you get in here, let's just take this as an example. There are participation activities. This is labeled as a participation activities. There are also challenge activities. The participation activities are animated. So when I say that you must complete all the participation activities, that includes this one, and you'll receive a check mark once you've completed it. And for something like this, you might want to speed it up, right? And as you go through these, it does explain everything down below. So there's this 1, 2, 3. It's going to show that at each of these steps. And so there's 3, and then finally 4. And you receive your check mark for completion. So that's how your grade is. This is another participation activity, so that you'll have some true or false or some multiple choice questions. I just want to see if I can find a challenge. You know, now that I'm looking for a challenge activity, I'm not going to be able to find one. You know how this works. Oh, for heaven's sake. The challenge activities generally are at the bottom and are in blue instead of orange, and I will eventually get there and find one. Okay, never mind, I won't try anymore. You can go back to your table of contents here, and then you have these labs. Now, I haven't assigned all these labs. You can't see what I've assigned here. You'll have to go back to the course schedule or to Brightspace to see what is actually assigned to you. It wasn't easy for me. I don't even know if I can do it from here, to be honest. Okay. So let's go into this Zylab training basics. Now, this gives you a walkthrough. I did assign this one. It gives you a walkthrough of how to use these virtual tools. So read through the description here and then follow along with the steps. So the first thing generally you're going to do is you're going to connect to VM. You're connecting to the virtual machines. Be careful, this is a drop down here. This tells you which one you're connecting to. Okay, so sometimes they'll want you to connect to Win01, which is Windows or a Kali machine. This is the Kali. And it'll tell you what to do and how to do it. So right here, select Win01 from the server drop down and connect to virtual machines. So there you go. Do your connection. This takes a while, but if you do it, you'll get your point, and it tells you real time if you received your grade or not. So if you didn't do something right, you can go back and fix it. Now, one thing to be careful of is just know that you're connecting to some server virtually. It takes time. It's slow. You can see how slow this is taking. And this takes time too. So if it doesn't update right away, just give it a second. You know, have a little bit of patience with it. So that's generally the guidelines, right? Follow the steps. Okay, I don't know. I think I already did this one. That's why it's giving me that message. Follow the steps, read through everything, and do the activity here. And it tells you what you're doing and how to do it. It says hit the start. You're going to hit the start here. You see something different happening, right? You're connecting remotely to something. Okay, and then you're going to keep paging through. Right? Notice I only got 2 out of 6 check marks completed. So you just got to keep doing everything until you get to that completion point. I'm not going to do all the steps for you, but that would be boring to watch me. But you understand that you should go through everything. The one last thing I'll say about your book, oh, I forgot that I'm here, is read everything. Okay, they do a great job of explaining things. They try to call out terminology in a very simple way. And so I do encourage you to take advantage of all the features of this book.